Yeah. Oh, shit. Didn't mean for that to happen. Hey guys, it's Steve again, and making a new video. Um, I turned 60 years old um, in March, and I got to reflecting on me, my relationships with women, how they have changed, how women have changed. Um, and unfortunately, I have to say that what I have seen in 60 years of my being is that women have changed and men have not been able to change with them. And I want to talk about um, uh, so I don't know. I don't want that. Sure, I don't know what the hell they doing here. I don't know. Anyway, I don't want that. Um, what the hell is this doing here? I don't know. Anyway, hopefully you can see me. If not, I don't know. But anyway, it's like things popping crap up. So I haven't made a video in a while. So anyway, men going their own way. That means men that go their own way. MGTOW. Um, here's some of the reasons why. And I'm just going to spitball these off the top of my head, just by conversations that I have with young men, and also conversations that I've had with married men, men that have been through the ringer by women, or men that have a happy marriage. Whatever applies. But here's the deal: men, chivalry is dead. Women killed it. I grew up during a time where you always tip your hat to the lady, you always open the door. You, out of respect, you said yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. You certain things that you were required to do as a young man to make women's life a little bit easier, like offering to carry her groceries out or helping her put the groceries in her car, um, small things, and appreciated women to the fact is where you would show your appreciation by showing respect and giving them the respect. Now, unfortunately, women got the fact as well. You know what? I ain't got to treat him. I'm entitled to the way these people, way these men treat me. I'm entitled for some reason. I'm here to tell you, and I hate to be honest, but you ain't entitled to crap. We have men that are thinking that they're women. We have women that are thinking they're men and whatever. And then we have a gay lifestyle. And you know what? For some of us, it's like, what happened just to being a man? I understand the gay. I can understand the gay movement. And I'm not saying anything about anybody being gay. It doesn't matter to me. My raising was that whatever a man does in his bedroom, that's his own business. It ain't nobody else's business. And you don't pry. So it doesn't bother me. But now when a man dresses up like a woman, I'm like, what? Am I supposed to accept that? Anyway, getting off on a tangent. I don't mean to do that. But here's one of the reasons why men are walking away is because the fact is that when you get married, it's all lovey-dovey before you get married. I mean, it's like she respects your space. The longer you're in this relationship, she respects your space, but then it slowly starts to fade after the years because they're thinking, well, when you going to ask me to marry you? And there's a time clock on you. It's like, you know what? There's so many years you got to have marriage. She's going to walk out and leave. So women like that, you just say bye. It's going to hurt, and you're going to be like, that's a good woman or whatever. But you know what? She's rushing me. I ain't ready for that yet. So basically, men get pressured into marrying a woman and assuming those responsibilities of a man. Now, during this process, when you're dating or whatever, she'll tell her friends, well, he's rough on the edges. He does this or whatever. He's rough on the edges, but I'm working on him. What's that mean when you're working on him? It means that you're trying to change the individual that you want to marry and you're supposed to be in love with. And you do so over a period of time. After the marriage, you do so over a period of time. And when you do that, you've changed this man to somebody that you don't want to be with anymore. Because he's changed. He's done everything that you've asked him to do. But he changed because the fact is that was what made you happy. Now, with that being said, I'll go back to chivalry as being dead. because the fact is that women killed it. And I'm not talking about every woman. I'm talking about the influencers onto women today are actually going a little bit too far in the female rights or feminism or whatever, because now they have pushed it to the different level to where it's common. We don't need a man. We don't need a man. They treat women treat men as if, you're just lucky to have me. Well, it's not true. And I want to speak up for the men here. No, it's not true. And men are starting to speak out. Some men don't even talk about it. They're like, you know what? I'm done. I'm just freaking done. I'm just, now, so everybody's thinking, well, you'll be lonely. You'll need somebody. You need somebody to talk to. You need sex. Look, all those things you just mentioned, I'm going without in a marriage. Because after a while, it just turns into just two people living together. And it's like, you know what? The only reason why you stay together is because the fact is for the kids, or you're financially obligated, because it's better to stay married. Cheaper to keep her. Yeah, it kind of goes, and that kind of says it all. But the end result is the fact is that we haven't been regarded in any way, shape, form, or fashion for our chivalry. We haven't, women don't even say thank you anymore. When you go open the door for ladies, she just walks by and, like she expects it. Well, I'm sorry. No, that's not going to happen anymore. Women are going to think twice about opening the door for you, or some of the things that chivalry represents, because the fact is that there's too many women out there say, we don't need that. Okay. Then one less thing I got to do. I'm okay with that. But the issue of men walking away goes way back, because the fact is that we just want to be appreciated. That's it. Would you be nice? Just be nice. Unfortunately, that's a problem in married households today. A woman is incapable of being nice to her husband. Because the fact is that, you know what? She looks at it is that, I can go out and get another man, and I don't need you. And they carry that into the marriage. Well, the man starts feeling, you don't need me anyway. Okay. So they emotionally quit. They're like, I quit. Now, this is after the fact that a lot of guys, young guys, please listen to me. This is age speaking or whatever. The fact is that a lot of young guys, they say, okay, we get married. She's going to take a job. We're going to be able to make it, blah, 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 whatever. Well, here comes the kids. Then she's going to stay home and take care of the kids, which is rightly so. I'm not saying anything about that. However, the fact is you are stuck with the financial burden. So what do? You work more hours at work. You start looking for promotions. You start looking for a better job. You start doing these things or whatever to bring more money into the household. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, back at the house, she's done found the credit cards, and she deserves this. She deserves these pair of shoes. She deserves this dress. She deserves all this kind of thing. And guess what? The kid wearing hand-me-downs, but she deserves all this. So the next thing you know, you're $70,000 in debt. True story. $70,000 in debt. You can't refinance your home because you don't want to refinance your home right now because it's more than what you actually refi. So what are you looking to do? You're looking to cash out. That means more pressure on you to actually provide more income, which means she spends more money on stuff that she doesn't need. Meanwhile, you're going to work in a pair of boots got holes in the bottom, wearing the same hat you wore since you were in high school, because the fact is not because you want to, because the fact is you have to. You don't deserve shit. Then she complains, well, you're working, you're never home, you're always working. Because I got to pay the freaking bills. You're running the damn bills up. I got to pay the bills. But she deserves it. So women have actually utilized the feminism movement to the extent to where it's now not only affecting marriages, but it's now starting to affect the family household. And stats don't lie. 3 out of 4 marriages end in divorce. 80% of those divorces are filed by women. Why is that? Well, because the fact is that as soon as they wear your ass out and you can't make no more money, you can't afford to give them what they feel they deserve, then guess what? They go on to another man. You done the groundwork. You done all this crap. Hell, she just runs off and goes with another man, and guess what? She needs a man. She's entitled to. So the issue is this. Nothing has changed much for men. When you hit 18, you still have to register for the draft. If you're a woman, you don't. If, combat arises, you're going to go. Women are not going to be put at the head of the line for the draft. Yes, women have actually graduated the Marine Corps, the Army, the Navy, everything, and they've obtained positions, but those positions that they can go into, like the infantry, any combat arms situation, they graduate infantry, but they move out of that. They'll make a lateral move to another MOS. It's a little bit easier on them. Because after 2 years of training and 2 years of being, I'm too good for that. I can't be sweaty in this mud all the time. I guess you decide to be a woman now because the fact is, you know what? I don't want to be a grunt. I don't blame them. But it's not to say that women can't make a contribution to the armed forces. There are many, many women who work in support roles, work in motor T, working on stuff or whatever. But as far as combat arms, they just don't belong, and it messes with the integrity of the unit because one reason and one reason only, because men still believe in chivalry and they're not going to let anything happen to that woman, and it's going to jeopardize the mission. Case in point, Jessica Lynch. She went down, they sent in a freaking SEAL team to get her out. If you're a man, you can sit there in freaking jail. You can sit there as a POW. You ain't important. Miss Griner, who kneeled down in front of the flag, exercised her right to display her disgust for America. Well, America went and got her ass out before. There's a lot of other people that could have got out, but they had to get her out because the fact is that she was a woman, period. The reason why she got out this quickly is because she is a woman, period. So women are bringing this on to themselves and they can't even see it coming. They use the V card every chance they get. For some unknown reason, since you want to be treated like a man, okay, you know what? If the boat is sinking, used to, I'd have to stay on the ship. You go off with the kids, and I go down with the ship. Now I'm asking, why the hell she ain't going with me? What's in it for me? Or women want, and I'll quote Bill Burr here, women want to pick the good shit. Oh, say, but you know, and here's the skit. But anyway, same pay. Okay. Movies. Oh, you can keep that. Dinner. No, you can keep that. So the fact is, the world is set up for women to be able to be on their own, but they choose not to. And the fact is that they're just using men to get what they want. Case in point, if you are a woman nowadays, and then I'm not saying anything about sex workers or whatever. I'm not trying to say that, but I'm just saying, you know what? If push comes to shove, okay, you can always take a picture. People always pay for your naked picture. You can go online and you can actually have a chat room to where, you know what, you're going to expose, for a certain amount of money, you'll expose everything. For a certain amount of money, you'll do this. For a certain amount of money, you'll do that. So do you see the common denominator here? It's money. A woman will do anything possible or anything that is necessary to make a buck. And she utilizes a man to be able to do that, because the fact is that he's working all these hours. He's not time at home. He don't want to freaking be there after hours, but he's got to supply you with the money you feel that you're entitled to. Child support laws are meant to go for the child. Here's what I am for. If a woman every month when she receives her check, she should be able to provide receipts for how much money she spent on the kids, groceries, all these things or whatever for the kids. Not include her receipts that she paid. That's what alimony is for. Child support is for child support. And they have to be able to prove it to somebody, but they don't. Why? Because they're women. For a long time, we have felt like that they're the weaker sex. For a long time, that we have felt that they can't perform these things, so we perform them for them. However, the fact is they're speaking up and saying, no, that's not right. We can do this. We can do what you can do. Probably even do it better. Well, get your ass out there and earn the paycheck. Get your ass out there and prove it. Why do I have to work overtime? Why do I have to work so damn hard just to support you, who's sitting in a moo-moo dress eating freaking popcorn watching Dr. Phil? There's got to be some kind of give and take here. They say, well, you know, it's sex to say a woman's place is in the kitchen. Well, guess what? If you work all day as a woman and you come home, I feel like it's my responsibility to have food on the table. I feel like it's my responsibility to contribute to the family a little bit. At least you worked all day. You know what? Come home and you'll have a hot meal. That's something to look forward to. Through all the shit that you go through at work, you know what? Hey, it's going to be over with. Mama's making spaghetti tonight. All right. Something to look forward to. Take away. I'm going to cook you something else to eat. Get a bologna sandwich or some shit. I'm busy. I'm talking to my friends on Facebook. Check and see your woman and see the lady that you are with currently. Or it could be a man too, but anyway, I'm focusing on women. Check and see how many times or how many hours she spends, okay, on the cell phone. Texting, having to call back, you know, having to text, but they don't call, they just text and text and text. Sitting there in that moo-moo gown on a freaking couch, just texting. Oh, I forgot to make dinner. I forgot to do something for you. I forgot to pick up something. I forgot to do this for you. I didn't have time. Okay. Well, I ain't got time to get up and get my ass to go to work every morning. I ain't too damn tired. Some days I'm freaking dragging. And sometimes men just don't want to come home. It's hard to kiss a lady's lips at night who bitches at you all day long. It's hard. Everything you do, she finds she has something to say about it. Everything that you, all your dreams, all your hopes, everything that you have, you know what? It's ruined because the fact is that you got to spend all your time working on her needs. This is why feminism has gone too far. Maybe this is where women want it to go. But I will be very honest with you. Some of the best women that I've ever been out with were cowgirls. They pulled their own weight. They didn't need a man, but they like to have a man to do it. And they appreciated a man more because the fact is, you know what? She fell into, okay, what makes our family work? What's best? Women don't do that today. It's all about me. It's all about the Benjamins. It's all about how much money you bring home. And when you don't bring home enough money, we're going to have problems. We're going to have financial problems. Men have had issues with ED, especially when you get older like me. Unfortunately, I've taken care of that. But the fact is that, you know what? There's some things a pill can't. There's some things that a pill can't cure. And whenever you have been robbed of your whole manhood and been talked down to, and she can say whatever she wants to say without repercussions or whatever, then guess what? So does your manhood. You might as well turn in your man card. Everything's taken away from you. Everything that you enjoy doing. A lot of men play golf. You know why they play golf? Because the fact is 18 holes of silence, or 18 holes of a bunch of guys just being guys and talking to people and saying, you know what? Feels good not to get bitched at. It feels good not to come home, walk on eggshells. A lot of people say you're talking about yourself. No, I'm not just talking about me. I'm talking about a lot of individuals that I see and men that I talk to. I mean, I have the same complaint. And it's a complaint. That's all it is. So how do we rectify that? What can a man do to earn his man card back? Well, it's not being nice to women. It's not going out of your way to help women. It's not going out of your way to be courteous and to treat them as that they are women, and women hold a special place in the world, because the fact is that the reason why you get so much respect is because you're the one who carries the baby. You are the key point of production. Okay, it's built in our brain housing group, in our DNA. Guys think, do it. Women's thing is, you know what? Okay, when I get into my reproductive cycle, I want to have a baby. I want to do these things, whatever, till it happens. Then they're like, oh shit. Then they make your life miserable. So how do we change that? Well, we stop. We stop calling the women. Someone asked me, well, you know, here's what you don't do. I'll give you a little tip here. In the last few minutes, I'll give you a little tip. Don't look at women. Look down. Don't make eye contact. Look down. Don't even acknowledge they're there. Ghost them if you have to. If you're at work and you work with women, don't approach them and don't be nice to them. Because it's a sexual lawsuit walking. There's a guy that works in an office, and he's talking to me. He's a stockbroker. He was talking to me, and he said, you know what? He said, we call it out. Somebody knew a female. She walks in, you know, who's that? Another lawsuit waiting to happen, because they didn't get their rights. So stop coddling to them. Go your own way. Do your own shit. Chase your dreams. Be who you want to be, and be proud that you are who you are. Many men make mistakes. But this is how men learn. Okay. Take your little kid or your little son right there, or whatever. You can tell him all day and all night not to stick his finger in the light socket. Okay. But somebody's going to just keep trying to do it. Okay. Because you said no, but you know what? That's his idea, whatever. He puts his hand in the light socket. Boom. I don't do that shit no more. That's how men learn. Sometimes as a woman, you just gotta let him do shit. Just let him, okay, he's gonna fuck that up. But that's how he learns how to be better the next time. And if you're trying to tell him how to do it, it's gonna go in one ear out there. So goddamn, you know, here we go again. So the reason why the men need to do this is to protect our own self-worth and our own self-being, get our pride back, and walk with pride and say, you know what, I don't need a woman. I don't need a woman in that capacity. You don't get laid? Guess what? What you gotta do is get online. There's a big chick right there. Like, what? Get laid. You want to drink beer? Shit, go down to the bar and drink beer with your buddies. Don't go play golf. Go play golf. But you'll find yourself, whenever you're working towards your own goals, you're finding yourself that I'm working for me now, and it benefits me, and I am actually doing something that I enjoy doing, and I like doing it, and I don't have to come home, and I don't have to hear it at home. Sometimes men work overtime because they don't want to go home and face their wife. Women have the best of both worlds. Women When that happens, that's a perfect excuse. Well, you're never home. I got so lonely. I didn't have sex or whatever. So they go out and they have sex with another man. Okay, fine. Well, you know what? Okay, that's fine with you, whatever. But goddamn, don't let me catch me doing that shit. I can't even look at that woman. The double standard. You can't have it both ways, lady. You can't. You can't have it both ways because the fact is it's detrimental to you and it's also detrimental to society because the fact is look at what our daughters are becoming. Look at what we're creating. We're creating a group of a generation of women who honestly believe that they can treat a man any way they want to and use the V card whenever they want to get what they want. Man doesn't have that privilege. We don't have that because the fact is, you know what? Well, you can take it or leave it. Now, but when you're in high school and you're a senior, you're taking care of it. Women want it. Okay, fine, let's go. But the thing about it is that we're creating a generation of women who feel entitled and feel they deserve that. And when they don't get it, they run back home to mom and daddy, and they come back home, mom and daddy with the kids, blame him for everything. Then I take responsibility for how she actually helped out screw up the relationship, but she will play the pity party and say, you know, oh, he's just so hard to live with. He just, you know, he looks at other women and he does. Okay. It doesn't bother me. You look at other men, what I'm like, I joke with you, laugh, be happy. Don't be freaking sticking. Don't be the buzzkill. Every time a man walks through his door coming home, it's a buzzkill. Even though he's tired, he's worked. He's done work 7/12s. Some guys do that on oil rigs, and they do that because the fact is they get to take 3 months off to go out and work in the oil field. It's not because they're making all that money. It's just because, you know, I get to take 3 months off, go to the oil field and work. I ain't got to come home with this shit. Women take heed because the fact is the more you try to change a man, the more he gets away from you emotionally. Now you have men who don't want to get married, who are hit it and quit it kind of guys. They don't take responsibility for their actions. And you know what? Well, because the fact is that number one is I know where it's going to lead me in 10 years. I'm going to be broke. She's going to have half my shit and I'm going to be living on a freaking futon and wonder how in the hell I get in this situation. And every damn thing you come back to is because I committed to a woman who lost commitment in our relationship, who lost commitment in me, who fell out of love with me. And by those emotions that she has when she files for divorce, that's a mad day. She's coming for after everything you got. So women wonder why men are skittish. Well, because the fact is that, you know what? After a while, a man even gets you, hit him over the head 15 times. God dang, by the 10th time, I don't want that to happen no more. He'll stay in there. He'll still hang in there for another 5 years, but, you know, or another 5 licks. But then he's like, shit, I'm out. This ain't doing me no good. Now, a lot of women out there are going to be pissed off at me or whatever, but there's a lady that I watch. I watch her podcast, and her name is Pearly Things, and she has noticed the same thing about women. Women, you've done it to yourself because the fact is that the things that you believe that are special about you, the things that you believe that separate you from other women that make you entitled, guess what? They sell in the best part on the internet. And guess what? It don't cost as much freaking money as you do. It's economics. Women will do anything to get money. Period. She will run over you. She will compromise herself. She will compromise her beliefs. She will do everything possible just so she can make money. They sell out their own bodies. They'll sell out their own, yeah. We even have women that are putting their daughters into the sex trade to make money. Yeah, So this is where the women's rights movement or whatever has to draw the line. There are only two genders. If you're a man wanting to be a woman, here's what's going through your brain house. Guess what? Because women, they get everything they want. I can't change my sex, but guess what? I can act like a woman. I can say I'm a woman. I can identify as a woman. Still, I can get both best of both worlds. Scam, they're running it, and they're running it on us. I'll make more videos because the fact is that there's a lot of guys that I'm talking to, and we're talking about this subject because I'm older, and I talk to a lot of old men, and we go back to what we went through, whatever, through our marriage or whatever, our marriages, and we go back to it, and it's all the same thing. Men in marriage are miserable. They are. And they're stuck. And they're tired of being miserable, and they're trying to find a way out, and if they do try to find a way out, they're going to pay for it. And I'm not just saying paying a few dollars. I'm talking about ruining the rest of your life if you try to get out of a marriage. And you're the man who initiates a divorce. Women are ruining men, period. There are women who are taking advantage of other women by pushing the envelope. Yeah, I'll take off my clothes. Yeah, I'll show my boobs, And it's sad, to be honest with you, because women are fighting that war with themselves. Let me ask you a question. Women hate women, okay? They hate women. Look at that bitch. She's walking in here like she owns that dress. So now she got to go get a dress like that. She's bitching about her and complaining about her. Look at that bitch here. She's just wearing a dress. You know what? She ain't all that. She ain't all that. Where'd she get that dress? So you see the duality here. You see the conflict. And where do women get it? They get it from their mothers. And it's passed down, but they crank it up a couple notches every cycle. You teach your daughters that they're princesses or whatever, and they believe it for the rest of their life. I am special. You owe me. You owe me the money. You owe me because I'm the woman. That shit's got to change. I don't owe you a damn thing. I owe for our marriage. I owe for keeping our family afloat. I owe the taking care of the responsibility. And I owe you a living. But in the end, you can't take everything from a man and expect him to continue to live up to those standards. Men, there are certain things that a woman may make agreement with when before you get married. You're not going to do this. You're not going to do that. And if the man steps back, like I said, you know what? Screw that. I'm not ready for marriage. I love you, but I'm not ready for marriage yet. And that's the way men have to think, because the fact is they have to be able to understand what the ultimate goal of a woman is. It's those things that you provide to her and support you, but she won't respect you back in return. And that is the whole point of this video. Women don't respect when you show them chivalry. Women don't respect whenever you have your own ideas or whenever you want to voice your own opinion. Women don't, they expect these things and they expect to change you. They say it from the get-go. Well, you know what? He is, he's rough around the edges, but hey, changing to somebody you want him to be. Please like, comment. I'm going to share the hell out of this shit. But anyway, you guys, I never get any really good followings or whatever. I don't know how to boost this or whatever. If anybody's got any ideas or whatever. But anyway, it's my opinion. Hate me, like me. I'm 60 years old. I can really give a shit. You guys have a good one. Okay. Who is at